Drive your best hit with us.
All right, it's Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Friday, but we're going a little early with Keyboard Warriors tonight. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Keyboard Warriors. We are the Keyboard Warriors. I'm Eddie Lost Fred Kirby. On today's show, UFC 281, the craziness that went down. Izzy gets arrested. UFC Vegas, whatever number we're on at this point. But first, as you guys saw here a second ago, Anthony Rumble Johnson, the man we lost at 38 years young just a few days ago. One of the, man, we had Elias this year. Theodoro went. And now we got, Anthony Rumble Johnson, man. It seems like everyone that we've watched live their lives out in public. Not everyone, but some of these guys are going and they're going young, dude. But what was your first thoughts when you heard about Rumble?
I hate to sound fucking what's the right word to be worried about myself, selfish.
Yeah.
I'm 38. That's what I fucking thought. I'm the same
Right.
exact age. What the fuck? They said he's 38, and I thought, God damn, I'm 38. And then the immediate thought was, what the fuck happened? So I start trying to look into it a little bit, and the best I can find is that it was an immune deficiency disorder sort of thing. This is the shit that fucking keeps me up at night and terrifies the shit out of me. What the fuck? Just this sort of, thing that you can't fucking prevent. Like, look at fucking Anthony Johnson was a goddamn specimen of a human. How long ago was it that he was fighting for the title in the UFC? 5 years, 4 years?
How long ago? Yeah,
not that long ago. You know what I mean? And just an absolute fucking Superman of a man. What the fuck? Just tremendous shape. To think that he went from that to dead in 5 years at 38 years old. Again, I'm not a man who believes in God, so I'm not able to just sort of say that this is God's plan or whatever. And I, hope that it is. But for somebody like me, it's just terrifying, man, thinking that fucking something like this could just happen. And I know that he had been tweeting and, posting on social media about being sick for the last year and a half. But I guess you just never think it's going to be that bad. When it's somebody like that, you sort of think, oh, he might be going through a rough patch. He's not going to fucking die. You wouldn't think he'd actually die. Like, I was shocked, man. I mean, not to say nothing of the memories he gave us in the cage, the tremendous fights he put on, his amazing fighting style. I think that anybody that is a fan of this sport or combat sports in general would have loved Anthony Johnson's fighting style. I mean, he was fucking, I don't want to quite say our Mike Tyson, but something like that. I mean, one of the most absolute feared strikers this game has ever fucking seen. I mean, in his prime at 205. I'm telling you right now, son, if he had not get matched up with DC, he fought DC twice for the belt, right? Am I mistaken on that?
Once.
Was it once?
Once or twice?
Did he fight DC twice? I feel like he fought DC twice. I could be wrong about that, but maybe it's only once.
Right.
But I know he fought him once where he would have fucking won the belt. Anybody else in that fucking spot, and they are taking a nap for sure. DC was the worst possible. Okay, also worst possible stylistic matchup that Rumble could have ever had. A tremendous fighter, had a little bit of outside the cage antics, but this is neither the time nor place to even mention those or bring those up. All things considered, he seemed like a good dude and just way too fucking young.
Way too young.
Again, at least it wasn't nothing tragic. It wasn't a drug overdose. It wasn't a murder. It wasn't some horrible, crazy thing. I don't know whether that makes it better or worse that it was just some weird fucking disease, but I guess in a weird way we can hold some slight solace in the fact that it wasn't like he was on some weird downward spiral or with some drug addiction. It's just a random freak fucking thing, man. It's that shit blows my mind. This is the sort of shit that just blows my mind, man, because you'd never fucking expect it.
Dude, I thought the same thing you did. I was like, dude, I'm only 36. Fuck me. Like when I tell you I made an appointment for next for like I think next week or the week after with a doctor. Literally after I heard what he died from, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not playing. I got kids. I ain't got time for this shit. So it was organ failure due to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is cancer, basically. So man, for a guy like that though, to go in that kind of manner, usually that's like that's a pretty common, cancer and everything. It was super aggressive on him for whatever reason. And so, but the organ failure, man, like I think Kamaru Usman, I forgot who he was talking to, but I read the quote online that he was talking about one of the last times he saw him, he was going through dialysis, and it's like, God damn, like 38, fuck. So, yeah,
and obviously it didn't just happen overnight. He knew
right,
he was sick, but still, that is fucking insane to pass away at 38 years old from something like that.
scary, dude.
Terribly fucking sad.
Yeah,
And again, not to say nothing about the incredible career he had. He may have not he may have not got the belt, but boy, he came about as close as you could come.
hell yeah.
And again, I genuinely think that just DC was, anybody else. I mean, starched out Gustafsson.
Anybody else?
Who else did he beat? Was it Glover
Glover
that he just fucking thunderstormed? Was that the uppercut that he just
13
fucking,
seconds into the fight?
yeah, just I mean, God, boy, in his fucking
so
prime, Rumble was something to behold, man. Something to behold.
And he fought at 170. That giant fucking dude fought at 170 for a minute. Like,
yeah,
God damn, boy. Knockouts over Gus. I think Lil Nog.
Yeah.
Let me see. Jimmy Manuel, Ryan Bader.
Yep.
And so,
yep. And those were big fucking wins at the time.
Hell
son.
yeah.
Jimmy Manuel was an animal.
Oh my
Little
God.
Nog
Jimmy
was a little long on the tooth, but still, he's fucking Little Nog. Gustafsson was, one that was right around the whole John Jones fight.
Right.
Number one, maybe not number one, but in that fucking ballpark, that's when Gus was still a fucking animal. When he fought Gus, they were in Sweden. That was fucking Gus's coming home party, and Gus was like, right. Dare I say, was that the fight after the John Jones fight? I don't know exactly what it was, but I know it was Gus was right there in a very competitive way. Like the winner, that might have been, if I'm not mistaken, I fucking smoked way too much. Was that the fight that got AJ the title shot against DC the first time? Am I mistaken about that?
No, you're right. That one got him title shot.
That's what I thought. So that's, that was a big fucking fight for a very, very determined Alexander Gustafsson. We talk about this all the time. And when you beat who you beat is important. Who the fuck beat Gus's last outing? I don't know.
Nikita Krylov.
Okay, there you go. Listen, all due fucking respect to Nikita Krylov. His win over Gustafsson is not the same as AJ's. It's not the same. It was not the same guy. At that point, Gustafsson was an animal. He was at home. He was in the zone. And AJ fucking slayed him in the first round. Again, at his peak, man, he was something to behold as a fighter. Terribly sad. Fucking rest in peace to Anthony Rumble Johnson, man.
Rest in peace, man. It was funny. We always joke around about how then when there's like a super boring fight, two guys are hugging each other on the fence or on the ground. We're like, yeah, this is a fight that you invited your friends that never watched MMA before to watch that. I've only invited someone that's never watched MMA before for one fight, and that was Johnson Glover. And when he knocked him out, I was like, see, this is fucking why boxing sucks. This is way better. And I was like, that was the one that I got. I was like, thank God, yeah. But man, he was that guy, dude. It was fucking crazy. Let's see. He was supposed to fight John Jones. Remember? And then something happened with Jones. I don't know if he tested positive. He got hurt. You remember?
I forget. I think it obviously had something to do with Jones. I think obviously Jones was all fucking doing what he does.
Yeah. Otis will remember for sure. My guy Rumble is gone. What in the world? I know, right? What's up, Santiago? Was good. Kairos. He's talking about Israel. How he not know not to bring brass knuckles to an airport? LOL. He's not.
I mean, he is. Yeah, so he is from fucking New Zealand. And listen, he's in New York where fucking pot's legal. New York's fuck. I can imagine that he probably thought, "What the fuck? These dumbass brass knuckles ain't gonna do much."
For real. Rumble, he was 2 years younger than me. Organ failure, so sad, man. Crazy to see him go from a titan of a man to what he was up to that Bellator fight, right? Tank says John still sniffing too. Rest in peace, Anthony. He fought twice for the belt, 87 210, right? Those were both DC fights. You guys don't look a day over 35. Oh, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Glover got his tooth knocked out.
Yeah,
That's
what
right,
it was.
dude. The tooth
I
flew
knew
out.
something went flying.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah.
he hit him with that uppercut and something went
Dude.
flying. That was fucking beautiful, man.
Nasty. Gus, Jimmy, Ryan Bader, Lil Nog, Arlovsky, and Mike Kyle. I forgot about the Mike Kyle fight. He crashed Gustafson after the Jones fight.
Yeah.
I just wish he got Johnson versus John Jones. We wanted to. Oh, so that's the one where John Jones had a hit and run incident with the pregnant woman. That's why we didn't get Jones. That's why we That's why we got DC Johnson. That's right.
Right.
Jones got stripped and they fought for the vacant belt.
Right.
That was right after Jones starts DC. If I remember correctly. So anyway, rest in peace, Rumble. There'll never be another one like you, man. At least we're in the age where we got video and shit. We're not just looking for still photos. We got video. We can look back at this man's career and everything. So rest in peace. On to Izzy getting arrested. So not much to talk about here as far as that goes. Wow, excuse me. Whew. Jesus Christ. It's very dude. Coffee makes me burp a lot. Makes no sense. So Israel Adesanya arrested for possessing brass knuckles at JFK Airport. That makes it the New York, and anyone from the East Coast, correct me. That should make it the New York and New Jersey Port Authorities jurisdiction, right? So he was arrested for it, which is like a Class A misdemeanor in New York. It's like it's a fine maybe, and they could send you to jail, maybe some probation, but it usually doesn't get that far. But the update from Israel's manager, Tim Simpson, he told TMZ Sports, Israel was handed a gift by a fan, which he put in his luggage. When flagged at the airport, Israel quickly disposed of the item and cooperated with authorities. He has complied accordingly with that. The matter was dismissed, and he's on his way home. Now, I don't know if that means it's dismissed, like that's it. Like, cool, you don't have to deal with us anymore. Or, cool, you can leave. You're going to have to come back and deal with the court shit, but you can leave. I don't know. Because I think if you get booked, and actually, because the word was charged, I think the original TMZ article said charged.
Bro, I would imagine they know this motherfucker's from New Zealand. He's not exactly a broke shit rat. Like, I would imagine he'll be able to pay the bro. He didn't get caught with a handgun. I mean, whether he did or didn't know that you're allowed to have them there, it's at least a viable excuse that maybe he didn't know. He didn't get caught with a bazooka. Like, I would imagine he'll be able to pay some money and like it's all good.
So TMZ must have edited the article because they took the word charged out, and they at the very end of the article they wrote, if ultimately charged and convicted, Adesanya can face up to 1 year in jail plus fines. So the fact that he wasn't charged makes me think like the kid actually didn't. They might have been like, don't worry about this, go. So I think that's possible. We'll see. But when I saw it on Twitter, someone put Izzy got arrested. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Things are going that bad already. Like, he just lost the belt a couple of nights ago. Like, let it simmer, bro, before you do something stupid. So I thought he did something crazy. No, he just fucking brass knuckles. Like, goddamn.
Bro, they be doing the fucking most with this, like, what you could get potentially up to type shit. Like, bro, you would never get. I got caught for underage drinking 1 year at Ozfest. And I'll never forget this, bro. I was fucking like 19. I was all damn near old enough to drink and shit. I'm drunk as fuck, a little punk ass. I should have known too. He was wearing a tour t-shirt from that year's tour. I'm like, I should have known this little silly ass motherfucker. So he get me. We're walking out for underage drinking, which is fucking embarrassing. They put the little clips on me, not even the real fucking handcuffs, the little zip tie.
Zip ties.
So we get out, like they got the big ass RV colored like a sheriff's truck and shit. So
I remember those
fucking
days.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
So when we're walking out, and I'm like, because it was in Cincinnati, which is like an hour from where I'm from. So I'm like, yo, I'm not really from here, man. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going home after tonight. So how's this gonna work? And I'll never forget this cop was like, well, buddy, you can get up to a $10,000 fine and a year in jail. And I'm like, man, for underage drinking, you better be lucky I'm not an idiot. Like, there's no fucking way in hell I'm getting he didn't even say or. He said a year in jail and a $10,000 motherfucker for underage drinking. I'm like, all right, bro, just run it. Like, I'm clearly not gonna do all that. Like,
Yeah.
they give you the worst possible idea of
Oh
what you
yeah.
could potentially ever get in that situation. You ain't that, bro. I went up there a week later and it was a fucking $99 fine. Like $100 out the door. Like, bro, they do the most with that trying to scare you shit. So Izzy ain't doing shit. He gonna pay them a hot little 1,000, 2,000, whatever the fuck.
That's it.
His funny ass ain't never coming back to New York if he don't want to again.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what we got here. Some comments on that. A fan giving those bicycles says Otis, right? Tank guys, could he get his passport taken away? That'd be up to New Zealand, not the states, because they didn't charge him with shit. So it's not like they're worried about him leaving. But and they let him go on purpose. The cops let him go. So New Zealand ain't gonna do shit. I think the most is if convicted or charged and convicted is that might make it a pain in the ass to get a visa at most. That's it.
Yeah, I doubt it though.
No, they're not gonna do anything. Some of these charges are overboard, 100%. Like, especially like mandatory minimums are kind of crazy too with certain crimes. It's kind of nuts. Tank says Nebraska cop in flannel got me at a Husker game for open container while people walked by left and right with beers.
Oh, I know. When we were walking out, when he had me all nice and cuffed up, we're walking out and I'm looking over like, man, that fucking bitch ain't nowhere near 21. Are you fucking kidding me? Over there with braces and a goddamn pair of pigtails.
Bro,
fucking 14 years old drinking a fucking goddamn Coors Light, for fuck's sakes.
Tucson, Arizona. I was 19, 20. I was 20 in college, and we're hanging out at a party, whatever. And I was like, hey, let's walk back to our spot. I'm like, all right, fuck it. And I walk out with my red cup. And we're just drinking. I'm drunk as shit. So I might, had I been like more sober, I'd have known not to fucking take it with me. I know the law. Like, if anyone knows anything about Tucson, Arizona, don't fuck with Tucson cops. All right. Because they're fucking the worst. But I'm walking down the street and shit. And all of a sudden this cop just like lights us up. Like, whoop, whoop. I'm like, what the fuck? What's he want? Shit. And he comes out. He had the balls to like put his hand on his fucking belt. Like he was going to need his gun and shit. And I'm like, what you think I need that for, bro? Like, we're chilling. We're not doing anything. We're not killing nobody. And so he's just staring at us. And he goes, is that alcohol? And I go, and I had a little bit left. And I chug it. And I go, I don't know. Was it? I was a smart ass. And he fucking starts coming up to me like he's going to do something. And I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm like, oh, shit. Should I run? Should I not? And I wasn't going to run. However, he stops for a second because his partner in his car goes, hey, get back in here. There's someone said they smell weed at a party down the street. This is when weed's still illegal in Arizona. Right. And the guy goes, you're lucky as fuck. I have bigger fish to fry. If I see you out here in the next 20 minutes, I'm arresting you, bitch ass. And gets back in his fucking piece of shit cop car and leaves. But man, when I tell you that I could be blackout drunk and walking, but from then on, I knew not to carry any goddamn alcohol on me. Fuck that. Sober or underage or not.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Just be safe.
For real. All right. So that was Izzy, and probably nothing's going to happen. It'll be all right. Let's get to what happened to Izzy on Saturday. UFC 281. I would say after watching it, and again, I watched it the day after. I was in a wedding for two really good friends of mine. I shout out to them and everything. Yeah, Pot's legal in Arizona. Yeah, recreational. How do you think I get to sleep in that, dog? So I was in a wedding. Everything was great fucking time. I will say I did watch Poirier Chandler live on my phone because that was the one fight I was definitely not going to miss. And I was so happy I didn't miss it. But the rest of the card ended up being pretty good. Would you say it was the best pay-per-view of the year?
Oh, no. I fucking smoked too much. It was a good one. I'd have to have somebody fucking lay out what pay-per-views would compete with, because I don't fucking remember. I don't know if it's the best one of the year, but it's up there, man. It was a really good card, that's for sure. I mean, it was a really good card. Again, I'd have to have somebody like it's like when the end of the year comes, we're gonna do it here soon enough too. We looking for like fight of the year, bro. I don't fucking know. I gotta Google that shit and then be like, oh yeah, that fight did this. Because especially when you start talking about shit that happened in January, bro. My perception of time is so fucked up. Shit that happened in January at this point feels like it was 67 years ago. Like I don't fucking remember. You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to do. So it was fucking really good card though. Like period. It was a A card. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard anyone complain about it. So that's a huge thing.
Right.
This fucking guy Percocet. No, dude. Like gummies. I would show it on the screen because I have it right next to me, but YouTube's a little touchy with shit like that. So we're not gonna do it. All right. Even though every fucking show we got the human chimney over here. So they don't say nothing about that. So what are you gonna do? The card fulfilled the expectations. Santiago puts it perfectly. All right, so UFC 281 out of New York. We're not gonna go through every single fight, but some of these fights were fucking great. Carlos Ober with the knockout of Nicole Negamorano, and then he asked for Alonzo Menifield, and they give Alonzo that fellow that had the dead leg that one time. I can't remember his name. So there you go. And then what other fight was there? Montel Jackson beat this dude. Mike Trizano missed weight, but put on a great fucking knockout of Sang Woo. So that was nice. This fight right here, this Tripio, did you watch the prelims?
Yep.
Okay. Carolina Kowalkiewicz gets the decision over Silvana Gomez Juarez. After watching the fight twice, she deserved it. But did you see that part where the judges went back and changed the card? Did that make you think, like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. I think, like everybody else, I was watching that. Like, I tell you what I thought I've been watching the fucking fights for a long time in goddamn it, Japan, Russia, fucking Brazil, the UFC, Pride, fucking Elite XC. I've watched a lot of fucking fights, and I ain't never seen no shit like that. I ain't never seen them fucking throw it up there and start fucking squiggling shit at the very end like that. Like, I don't want to fucking jump out the window and be like, oh, they was cheating. They was making shit up. And like, I don't know what the fuck they was doing, but I know this. It didn't fucking look good. Whatever the fuck they was doing, they needn't do that no more. Even if they wasn't doing nothing sneaky or wrong, that shit didn't look good. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what y'all was doing, y'all need to get that shit figured out. If somebody forgot to put down their number right or something, y'all got to figure that out. You can't just be fucking coming up there and doing that shit.
I'm telling you.
I mean, they did, so obviously you can, but like, that was definitely real fucking suspect.
100%. What's up, Nick? Hope it's all good. Oh, dude, I can't see your picture. You got a 10th Planet rash guard on? Which one is that one? Because that looks pretty dope. Ober did this thing. He damn sure did. And then marijuana is legal in Arizona. So there you go. That's one of the few things the state has gotten right. Moving on. Matt Frabola. Dude, I thought Azaitar was going to fuck him up. He shut me the fuck up. Straight. I watched the knockout like 15 times. I was like, holy shit, Matt. What the hell? That was nuts.
I think on the last podcast I told you that like I got my girl to fucking get my betting game back up because you can't bet in America, or at least not in my state. In Ohio, you ain't allowed to legally bet. So I had to have her get the little thing up and jump it. Man, the steamroller Frivola fucked up all my cards, Jack. Fucking Adesanya, whatever the fuck that motherfucker's name is. Yeah. I had his funny ass on damn near every, because I do a bunch of parlays with a bunch of different fights and shit. I had him almost every card, man. That motherfucker single-handedly fucked up all my cards, Jack.
I'd have done the same shit, though. I'd have made the parlay with him.
I thought that was the solid one. I thought that was one of the guarantees of the night. But it's why I hate betting on the sport, but it's also why I love watching the boy. You don't never know. One thing you can never say in this sport is I guarantee, man, you don't guarantee shit. You never fucking know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Eddie Bravo. Oh, yeah, Eddie Bravo, right. Frivola surprised me too. Me too. I thought he was going to get fucked up. Right. And yes, sir, 10th Planet Scout Tournament. Oh, those are so dope. That's the one thing. I'm not a 10th Planet guy, so I don't wear their gear and everything. But man, they have some of the best rash cards, the coolest shit ever. My academy just came out with like a samurai one. It's pretty fucking dope. I still got to go pick that thing up. And then, this is a good one. We'll take a little small break from 281. Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett, UFC 284 is an interim belt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is because Volkanovski got the fight with Makhachev. Like that's official. That's a done deal.
Fucking Christ!
I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you something. When I first heard about Volkanovski and Makhachev, I was like, I don't know.
I had the same reaction. I
don't love it, I guess. But I tell you what, like a fat girl that gives good head, son. It's fucking growing on me. You know what I mean? It's fucking. I'm actually not that mad at it. And now with this fucking interim title fight, normally I'm not for interim title fights, but I tell you what, this is fucking sexy. I am not mad at this. This is the fight that I feel like nobody know. How the fuck do you put that? This is the fight that nobody knew they needed. Like I ain't seen nobody was talking about this fight, but now that we're here with it, it makes a ton of sense. It should be a fun fight. Should be stylistically fun. The winner deserves the fucking some sort of fucking credence for their fucking work. I fucking love this fight. And again, I guess we're getting way ahead of ourselves. I don't know how this whole Volkanovski fucking Makachev thing will play out, but hypothetically, win, lose, or draw, whenever the fuck Volkanovski does come back to 45, whoever wins this fight will be a very formidable opponent for him. Who, he's sort of fucking off now because he's kind of done all he can do at 45. Either one of these guys would work right now. If you had, we've had worse title shots than either one of them versus Volkanovski right now. So if we make them fight each other and get one more, God forbid they can look impressive, and one of them finishes the other one, I ain't fucking mad at that, man. I am not fucking mad at this.
They took Volk's belt away. Whack. No, they didn't. He's just going up to fight to go for champ status.
It's an interim title. It's an interim title.
We'll break some news here. Well, not us, but Nolan King did. Nolan King is one of my guys. Good guy. Works for MMA Junkie. Reports just literally 2 minutes ago. Flyweight contender fight is headed for UFC 284. So same card as this one. Flyweight contender fight. Kai Kara-France takes on Alex Perez.
Ooh,
that's a fucking fight. Holy shit. Oh, I'm hyped for that card now. Fuck me. That's the Perth card, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty dope.
Look at flyweight fucking around and having a little resurgence. I thought flyweight was about to flat get full. We sold every flyweight we had on the roster.
We did.
Like 2 or 3 of y'all.
Yeah, it's like Elon firing everyone at Twitter. He had to get half of those motherfuckers back. Same shit.
A little disgusting Henry felt like he saved the flyweight division, but I don't think did he?
Him and Moreno.
Well, I was going to say I think Figueiredo and Moreno really sort of like, at least for me, don't get me wrong. I always I love like having Henry's the guy that I want to see lose, so I enjoy having him there. He was fun as a champion. Yeah. But to be fair, there was something about their title fights, man, that really sort of, at least for me, reignited my love for flyweight. Sort of got me back on the board. Like, okay, that was a good fight. Then you sort of got some interesting guys coming up. It sort of reminded me why flyweight's important.
There you go. Fuck, I lost my page. All right. Last one before we get back to 281. December 10th, 282. Paddy Pimblett, Jared Gordon. That's a tough fight for both guys, honestly, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Back to 281, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Boom. So that was your early prelims. That fight was an early prelims, which is the wild part. Right. Then Andre Petroski gets the W. Aaron Blanchfield puts Molly McCann, I don't want to say in her place, but reminds you that it isn't Bullet and then Molly McCann and everybody else.
So, all right. Aaron Blanchfield made this shit look easy.
Way easy.
Let me ask you this. Is Molly McCann overrated or is Aaron Blanchfield underrated? Now, that being said, I realize that Aaron Blanchfield was the favorite going into this fight. I realize everybody that knows their ass from a hole in the ground sort of expected this to happen. But in general, Molly McCann had a fucking lot of hype. Was she overhyped or is Aaron Blanchfield just the real fucking deal? And Molly Meatball still is a legit fighter, just, ran into an animal, or was Molly just a little way overhyped for her own good and we just had a solid fighter put her right where the fuck she belongs, to your point?
I'm going McCann's overrated. That's what I'm doing, because she, like you say, she came out with a ton of hype. She beat 2 girls that really you know what I mean? Like they haven't done anything great, nothing crazy. I won't call them cans, right? But at the same time, Blanchfield's a little underrated too. No one talks about her because she doesn't have a thing that everyone wants to, grabs onto. Like, she's not like Paige Van Zandt, for example. Everybody fought her because she was hot. But if we look at her, not a good fighter. Let's be honest.
Bro, complete sidebar. For some reason, I'm am friends with Paige Van Zandt on Facebook. I don't know if we fucking interviewed her.
Really?
I don't know what happened, but because I don't follow fighters on social media and shit like that. Yeah, I know for a fucking fact they're not gonna follow me back. So all due respect, they can fucking sniff it. Like, I ain't waiting my call for them. I don't really give a fuck to watch them train.
Yeah.
And listen, to be fair, Paige Van Zandt's not really my type. So I'm like on some real shit. I wasn't following her, but for whatever reason, we're friends on Facebook. Before I lose my train of thought here. And I don't know if it was early Black Friday. For whatever reason, she was running a deal on her OnlyFans. So there was a link. So I just clicked it just because I was curious how much she charges per month. And then I'm like, well, fuck, if she's running a deal, let's just see what's doing. Now, I don't know if any of you fucking gentlemen or the few ladies that may be watching has ever had an OnlyFans or has contributed to it or whatever. But I didn't know that, I didn't know what the setup was. So I clicked the link and you go to it. First off, it was $10 a month, which isn't a bad deal to be completely fair. I thought she'd be trying to get a little more. $10 a month ain't the worst thing in the world. But you can, so it's like sort of set up like a Facebook or an Instagram feed or something, like sort of pictures with like, so like I didn't sign up obviously, so I can't see none of the pictures, but you can see the captions for what the pictures is.
Yeah.
And the first fucking caption was, "This is what it would look like if you was fucking me from behind." And I gotta fucking say, from that caption, I was like, "Damn, bitch, you fucked around, almost made me sign up, Jack." I don't know exactly what she's showing on there, but holy shit, what a descriptive fucking picture. Listen, if you're a fucking degenerate and you're above 18, you got $10 a month and you're into fucking blonde broads with fake tits,
Yeah.
let me give fucking Paige Van Zant's OnlyFans a shout out. It looks disgusting. I couldn't see no pictures, but from the fucking description, I ain't mad at it.
Here's the thing. So, was it one of my friends said that so the same thing kind of got him, but he signed up and he got it. This fucking guy, Tank, stupid. I'll tell you in a second. But he fucking she posted some pictures like, this is what it looks like with me. This is what it would look like if you looked up my dress. And she was like wearing a sundress allegedly. He goes, dude, I had to see that. There's no way you don't see snatch. There's no way you don't see snatch. I'm like, all right. So he bought it, looks over, you don't see shit. Like, it's like dark under there. So
Okay.
she might be fishing. Who knows? That being
Fair.
said, like you saying that almost made me want to go Google that shit real quick and be like, hey, does anyone leak that shit? Because I want to see what that looks like.
That's actually, that makes a lot of sense though. She says that, and then it's like her bending over in yoga pants or some
it's
bullshit like that.
But
Fair.
but I remember what was it? But
Fucking
people were
bitches
telling
a
me
marketing genius. I didn't even think about that. That bitch almost pulled a fat. You're right. That bitch was probably on some bullshit.
the
That's
funny
fucking
thing,
sneaky and clever.
you know what turned me off to Paige Van Zandt? When she first came in, I was like, damn, she's smoking. She's still a great looking woman. But what turned me off about her is that when she got married, she was like, oh my God, follow me because we have a love story. I'm like, all right, fuck you. Fuck you and your love story. I can't do it. I don't care about this dude. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Not because like I had any chance with Paige Van Zandt, but it's just like, nah, you just killed it. Like, I don't care. I don't want to see your love story.
we're gonna take a hard left turn here. Welcome to the late night, boys and girls. I'm gonna tell you, you know what? I fucking fell off the train. So again, fucking blonde broads aren't exactly my fucking type, but you know what? I fucking just dislike for whatever fucking reason. I can't stand some fake titties. Good Lord, I can't stand no fake titties. Everybody's got their own fucking opinion on these sort of things, but for me, them fake titties is a dead fucking turnoff for me. I would much rather you have some little small ass real titties than them old dumb ass fake. It feels like such a cheat. You know what I mean? It feels like knowing a fighter. It feels like rooting for fucking TRT fucking Vitor when we knew he was TRT. It's like, you know this motherfucker's cheating, and we all just gonna act like, oh, she's got great titties. She cheated. Anybody can have great tits if they fucking cheat.
That's why you gotta appreciate chicks like Valerie Lareda or Tracy Cortez. Like they don't care. They got a little bit of cellulite on their butts and shit. They're natural as fuck. So
yeah,
there you go. That's a good point. I never thought about that. But I had a girlfriend with some nice fake Boltons, man, and those things are sturdy. They were nice. Anyway,
there was a little club in Toronto that me and my broad visited. We had a little an Asian dancer, if we'll call her such a thing, and she had those big fucking Boltons, and I fucking felt like fucking bowling balls, like two big ass hard ass things. They don't fucking move like that. I mean, it's a little soft, but nothing like the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Each their fucking own, but like not for me, Jack.
I like the real stuff. Grade A FDA beef. Just because you follow her on OnlyFans to make you friends. That's stupid. One UFC pay-per-view or 8 months of Paige Van Zandt. I think I'm Paige for sure. Well, I mean, enjoy pictures of her and her.
I mean, husband. When you put it like that, the UFC is pretty easy to stream these days. So
that's a good point. You get both. All right, so Aaron Blanchard gets the submission win over Molly McCann. Ryan Spann knocked the shit out of Dom with a fucking jab. And the way Dom's body dropped, I thought he was dead. That shit was wild. Man, Ryan Spann's a fucking man, dude. That's just dope.
I don't know why, but like I seen this one coming. And don't get me wrong, there's a whole bunch of things I think I see coming that don't end up nothing like I thought I saw coming.
Yeah.
But I just, for some reason, man, I don't know. Fighting is such a unpredictable, unforgiving sport, man. I mean, Dominic Reyes went from possibly beating the fucking greatest fighter of all times to just fucking dropping fight after fight after fight to where, God forbid this puts him out of the UFC. He's 1 or 2 fights away from fucking losing his whole career. You imagine he fucking drops this, goes to Bellator, loses 1 or 2. He's in fucking Jungle Fight, loses 1 there. It's fucking done. Everybody's not
Right.
Arlovsky. Like, most people don't ever come back from that. He's just a fucking trivia question after that, man. Like, it's fucking wild. And you know, he looked a little reckless on the feet. Looked like he sort of walked into the jab. Maybe he should have been, but like, I don't know, like what, you know what I mean? Like, from everything I heard from him leading into this fight, his camp was right, his head was screwed on right. Everybody that did an interview with him said that he sounded good. He sounded like, I don't know, man. Sometimes everything is right and shit still just don't go as planned. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this, man. Like, I don't know.
The way I see it, man, is well. First of all, Dominic, if I'm not mistaken, someone explain. I don't know. Otis might know this, but from what I understand, Reyes has been moving around looking for a camp, training different places and all. And that's great and all, but it just there's no continuity, there's no consistency there. So maybe that did it. Also, Ryan Spann is a motherfucker. He's got his shit together. He's like training, like legitimately training. He's taking care of his body. Okay, he missed weight by like 0.6 ounces. I get it, but or by 6 ounces and everything. I get it. But other than that, though, man, that fucking jab, the fact that that jab knocked Dom out makes me think like that chin is now suspect. He needs to
So
go hang out with Arlovsky or something.
I mean, yeah, maybe, or the fact that Ryan Spann is just a goddamn animal.
Animal.
Maybe you could blame it on his strategy. Like, maybe he just should
Yeah.
not have chose to box with him
Just
for the
stand
first
there.
fucking 4 minutes of the fight. Yeah, I
Fucking
mean,
Christ.
definitely a bad strategy in hindsight. I feel
Yeah.
bad for Dominic Reyes, but happy for Ryan Spann. It's always good to see a fucking new contender at 205, and especially a guy that can actually crack and get people out of there.
Right. No, and so I'm happy for Spann. I can't wait for him to get a big ass fight. That dude's like, he's not great with the media, which is honestly I couldn't give a shit, even though I am part of the media that goes to cover his fights and everything and talks to him. But man, if he just keeps fighting like that, no one's gonna give a shit what he says in the media. They're just gonna be excited to see Ryan Spann. Spann either has thunderous power or Reyes is shot. And it might be both. Who knows? We'll find out for
Right.
Dom's next fight, although it might not be in the UFC because that was like 3 or 4 in a row. I can't remember.
Right.
And then the feature prelim, man, Renato Moicano. Fuck, what is there to say about this man? And first of all, I loved his post fight rant. He just went in. Joe Rogan by day, podcast by night. He went off. Like, he was so excited. He's like, I fucking love New York. Moicano wants the back. He goes, yeah, I want the bonus. Moicano wants money. And I was like, dude, that is a great use of post fight mic time. Great fucking use, because everybody was talking about it after the fight. Now, if the main card hadn't gone the way it did, more people would be talking about Moicano's post fight. But holy shit, I was just like, hell yeah, Renato, do that shit. Let's go.
Listen, was it a good post-fight speech in the way that he got everybody talking?
Yes.
You betcha. Did I fucking personally enjoy it? Not a lick.
Bro, it was great.
I fucking hated that. I hated it.
Really?
He sounded like a fucking delusional foreign drunk. Shut the fuck up.
Dude.
Who the fuck taught him the word fuck? who in the fuck is supposed to be censoring shit at ESPN? I mean, it was complete fucking anarchy.
Just let it go.
There was no censors. He fucking looked like he just found out what the word fuck meant 2 minutes ago. Fucking, for all of me, it felt hella awkward. He did a job. It got everybody talking, but like, he was pissed off, and it's like, relax, easy. I was eating steak. Man, you lost. Don't try to start making up excuses for L's you took 3 years ago, my guy, and then cussing all of us out, talking about fuck this and fuck that. New York City, get the fuck up. Oh, man, sit down. Chill out.
Dude,
you just grasped the English language about 6.5 hours ago. Just chill your ass out a little bit. And I love that somebody taught you the word fuck backstage.
Yeah. He goes, I took a 5-round short notice fight. I was drinking beer and eating steaks in Brazil. I traveled 24 hours. I'm like, God damn it. Like you can tell everything he's been kept up, like pent up in here. He just let it out. But Rogan put it on the mic in his face.
And bro, listen, I like Rogan as much as the next guy. But bro, get off his fucking dick.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Good Lord Almighty. Like, bro, don't you know? Like, nobody likes a thirsty broad. Like, now you don't get to come on the podcast. You doing the most out here. And don't get
Well,
me wrong, I'm sure Joe will probably have him on,
eventually.
but like, it's gonna be the worst podcast of all time, too.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
that was Moicano's fucking great
He,
outburst. He's not gonna come on there and keep him with the fuck.
he better bring a fucking translator with him. That's interesting.
Although I
Um,
will say, listen,
mm,
all joking aside, better than nothing. Better than
ooh,
nothing. Even if it was cringe at moments, it did get
yeah.
everybody talking. He had a really impressive win, which that almost might have overshadowed that. What the fuck? He actually had a very impressive win.
Oh, very. Oh
Um,
shit.
so good on Moicano, man. Good on him. He does deserve it.
Look, when you get the mic time afterwards, you better have a good name to call out, or you better say something interesting. He says something mostly interesting, so I mean, it made people talk.
Oh
Now,
yeah, made me cringe like a motherfucker, but yeah, it did something.
what would you think of a Renato Moicano versus? Oh, who threw this one out there? They were saying him versus Connor, but Connor's not
No,
fighting 145, so I don't know.
no, and no. Sorry.
Oh,
This is
sorry,
what I mean.
that's 155, but still.
I don't give a fuck if it's on the moon. It's not Connor, baby. Sorry, just like it's not. You're not that guy. It's like it sucks. It's like that really hot bitch that all of us want to fuck, but she ain't fucking most of us. You know what I
Right.
mean? You most of us, and I told like, sorry, bro. You're most of us in the club. That bitch ain't fucking you. You ain't getting the Connor fight unless a whole bunch of motherfuckers get sick and catch COVID and get motherfucking caught popping steroids. You are not on that list.
I'll say this much: it wouldn't be a bad comeback fight for Connor. Very winnable on his part, so we'll see. But you're right. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think
He just doesn't have the name value for a guy like Connor. It's just he's not sexy enough, man. Period.
Yeah, he might get Mike Chandler for that. And then Dan Hooker comes back and fucking puts it on Claudio Puelles. I thought Claudio was gonna fuck him up. Nope. Dan Hooker brought it. So that was
Listen,
nice.
you can't show your hand too soon in this fucking game. And we all love a good flop every once in a while. Who doesn't, right? Who amongst us doesn't like a good butt scoot every once and again? But son, once old Dan Hooker figured out that that's all he had, and he realized, like I think it was the second round, wasn't it? Like he realized, like, okay, no. It was all but fucking over then, son. Like once Dan Hooker realized, like, okay, wait a minute.
You ain't got hands?
You cannot strike with me. And most importantly, you can't take me down.
Exactly.
Somebody about to get their ass whooped. Like, you are not going to be able to kickbox with me. And all this little funny bunny bullshit you pull and jump around the cage and slide. It worked at first for a hot second in that first round. But it ain't worked since then. You about to get your ass lit up. Congrats to Dan Hooker. He needed it too, to be fair. He was on the fucking on the razor's edge there. He needed a good win bad, and he got it.
Oh, 100%. All right. Otis says, kind of wasting no time. You're right. All right. Then the most depressing fight of the entire fucking night. Jesus. Because it happened the way everyone's been beating Frankie Edgar lately with a knee to the fucking face. Chris Gutierrez, you and I both said, like, Frankie's in trouble here. It's not a good fight for him. And it went down exactly like I thought it would. Unfortunately, I was bummed the fuck out though seeing that shit, man. Like, because I didn't obviously I already knew who had won during the wedding. I could check on Twitter and shit, so I knew who had won. I just hadn't seen how it happened. So when I first saw the video, I'm like, "Fuck me, really?"
Yo, I would like to petition, and I'm not being fucking serious. Obviously, we're not going to be able to listen. I would like to see more people. I don't know, like we need to be done with these fights.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very over this premise of the young lion eating the old lion as they get fucking taken out to the pasture. Like it's a tired narrative and it's no fun. Frankie should have been fighting Cowboy or some shit like that. That's this MMA, especially at the UFC level, is not just about random fights, man. There's supposed to be a competitive angle to these things. And yes, I realize Frankie could have potentially won this fight, but of course he wasn't going to win this fight, man. This is a young, hungry fucking kid in the prime of his fucking career against a guy who's going into it knowing this is his last fight.
Right.
It just makes no sense. And then for me, again, this win don't mean fuck all. This is not the same win that fucking pick your fucking person that beat Frankie a month of Sundays ago. God, it's not the same quality win. Chris Gutierrez should be fighting somebody along his lines to earn his right in the pecking order. Now he gets to say I beat Frankie Edgar, but who amongst us thinks he really beat Frankie Edgar?
But look, man, it's like you were just saying, we always talk about the value of the win. It's not very valuable. Like
No,
if
no,
you know,
not, and that's not it's not Chris's fault, but it's just the reality of
no,
the situation. It's why I don't really want to see these aging old
no,
fighters. It's one thing to sort of see where we're at, but if we're all going into it, we know this is your retirement fight. Why the fuck are you fighting an up and coming fighter?
yeah,
It just don't make no sense. Even if the up and coming fighter wins, we sort of dismiss the win because you're old as dirt. God forbid you win. What the fuck good does that do anybody? You're going home to fucking bake bread with your old lady. So, if best case scenario, you fuck up one of our contenders. To what? Retire? Fuck that. Beat Cowboy. Beat the Korean Zombie. I don't know. Beat somebody that's got 32 fights in the organization like you fucking do.
something
Like,
equal, man. Fuck.
So yeah. I'm not suggesting that we should have like a veterans sort of fucking division. Yeah, because I think that's a little corny to be honest. But
Sure.
we can just show a little fucking couth with the way that we're fucking booking these goddamn fights. You know what I mean? Like, you don't book Frankie in his last fight against an up and comer, man. It just doesn't make any sense, man.
Look, everyone wants to shit on Jake Paul for fighting Anderson Silva at 47, Tyron Woodley after he got his ass whipped a bunch of times in the UFC, Brandon Askren after a hip replacement. What the hell's the UFC doing right here? Same
Right.
shit. Same
Right.
fucking shit. So, all right. Frankie Edgar versus Ronnie Yaya would have made more sense. Yes.
Yeah, that would have at least been a little more closer to the fucking point. You know, at
Yeah.
least Ronnie Yaya has again got a little bit of wear and tear on him. He's a little closer. It's just, yeah, it's just, and it just doesn't. What's it fucking prove? What's it prove?
Nothing.
That guy's fucking 15 years younger. You know what I mean? Like, it's just silly, man. Again, the UFC should be about competitive fights where we go in and we're like, okay, we don't know who's going to win this. We all fucking, again, Frankie could have won this, but we all knew this was going to happen, man. Something
100%.
like
100%. All right, let's keep it moving here. A couple more comments. I started to see legends like Frankie go out like this 100%. Playing the rankings game, Edgar was 12 and Gutierrez for 13. That's still fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell the whole story.
You got to ignore it at that point.
Yeah.
They should keep Diego on retainer. No one should retain Diego. Diego shouldn't retain Diego. Diego should go get a fucking, if he needs a job, go get a day job or something, bro. I'll tell you. This reminds me of Jan versus Faber. Sorta.
Yeah, a little bit. It just, again, a bit pointless of a fight. Like, Faber didn't have a shot in the dark win that. You just went in there and took a fucking beating.
100%. Then the people's main event, the one that I definitely didn't miss live. I watched that shit live from a phone in the middle of a fucking wedding, bro. Luckily, we're in the set reception time, and so you know how like when you do the entrance and shit for the reception, you got to go out there and dance. If you're in, I was a groomsman, you got to go out there and dance your way out and shit. We did that shit real fast, and that shit you not. I ran to my seat next to my wife, and I pulled my phone out. I'm like, oh, thank God I made it. So, god damn, there was a fight. But, and I tweeted this out, and I was hammering when I tweeted that, so I'm not gonna lie, I did delete it because I was just like, oh, okay, that, who knows? But, man, when he fish hooked the shit out of Dustin, I was so fucking mad. I was so fucking mad because I haven't been in tournaments myself. I've been fish hooked before. One, it's gross, okay? But two, man, nothing will light you up as a grappler more than like a clear cheap move like that, right? He was trying to get the rear naked choke, and he pulled that shit. So he did that, and then after Poirier busted his nose, he blows his nose on Poirier's face, which is gross. Kind of funny to us because it's funny to me because it's not me, but Dustin Poirier, man, just clearly better everywhere. Clearly better, a better fighter everywhere except on the takedowns. I don't know how many times he took him down. Twice? Yeah, twice. No. He took him down 3 times. Poirier didn't really do a lot to stop it. So what do you think of the fight overall? And Dustin Poirier is talking about, who's he talking about fighting? He's like anybody, anytime. But who would you put him up against at 155?
First things first. Michael Chandler, a cheating motherfucker.
That's what I said. Dude, that's exactly what I tweeted out
the way, bro. That we just, you could be like,
that's what you get for cheating, motherfucker.
Bro, you could say a lot of shit like he didn't mean to do it. He stuck his fucking fingers in his mouth and tried to lift his head up and get the choke. Now, to be fair, that's some goddamn gangster ass shit. He's a brutal cocksucker. On the same other token, motherfucker, you was in there cheating like a motherfucker and still got your ass whooped. That don't look good. In hindsight, that don't look good. And the fucking nose blowing, good God almighty. I mean, I know they're already in there on some grimy shit anyways, but boy, you a nasty motherfucker, Michael Chandler. That was some nasty shit, Jack. I
That's
seen
so
that
gross.
live. I was watching that, and I was like, "Oh God!" I see because it was thick. It was thick, nasty booger blood that was falling out of his nose, Jack. That was thick, nasty booger blood. I would have fucking been pissed if I was goddamn Dustin Poirier. And I'm sure, sweat and snot. I'm sure motherfuckers are used to a little bit of blood, but Jesus Christ, that old thick, black, motherfucking nasty ass blood, man, that was fucking disgusting.
Oh, it was bad.
Listen, I think the fight went sort of how we thought it would. It looked like Chandler landed some good shots in the first round. The only thing I was kind of surprised about is Chandler's controlling of Poirier in the second round. I thought on the ground Poirier's jiu-jitsu would have been a little bit better. Maybe Poirier was just sort of taking it off and trying to save his energy for the third round because he came out in the third round and just put it on him. To your point, he was a way better fighter, better striker, better grappler, way better gas tank. Hurt Chandler bad with that fucking broken nose. And then, you got to give Poirier his credit, man. One of the absolute best finishers in the game. An absolute shark when he smells blood. He had fucking Chandler hurt and he fucking finished the fight. Dustin Poirier is not the right cocksucker to be hurt in there with. What the fuck? If you show any sort, if he smells blood in the water, bro, he will come to fucking finish you. That's exactly what the fuck happened. And look, now that fucking Makhachev is the fucking champion and Habib's long gone, door's wide open for Poirier to get another shot at the fucking belt. Again, we're going to do Volkanovski and shit, but I mean, shit, Poirier's right fucking there. If he wants, he can just sit back and wait, and he'll almost guaranteedly get the shot after Volk.
What about this one? Dariush versus Islam, Volkanovski winner. Very quickly.
Nah. I mean, listen, does he deserve it? Probably so. Would I rather see Poirier in that spot? Yeah. I mean, I guess we could do Poirier versus Dariush. If we really wanted to be fair about it, I guess they both probably have equal claims to it. Maybe even Dariush a bit more, to be fair, because he hasn't had the shot and stuff. But Poirier is such a sexy name. His fighting style, name, and I know that to be fair, Dariush's fights are very fucking entertaining too. But Poirier seems like he's just in these fucking fight of the year, fight of all time candidates. Yeah, man, every fucking fight with this guy is just a fantastic fight, one way or the other, man. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't be mad at that, but it's hard to not want Poirier in there, especially after a performance like this. I know Michael Chandler's not the highest ranked guy in the world, but we would all admit that he's a lot to deal with. No way of getting around that.
There you go. And he's a lot, right? But look, the way I see Poirier is he's like a guy that's like, just after those Conor wins, his confidence is so sky high. Like, no one should be signing up to fight Poirier, honestly.
Although I will say this, seeing what Chandler did to Poirier in that second round,
right?
If I'm fucking Poirier, boy, am I rooting for Volkanovski.
A motherfucker.
Because Makhachev seems like a horrible matchup for Dustin Poirier. Like a very, 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 very bad matchup for Dustin Poirier, man.
Dude, it's like, it's a bad matchup, but like, yeah, I mean, Volkanovski Poirier would be great. I
feel like style-wise, Poirier's got a lot better of a chance at winning a striking battle with Volkanovski than he does at not getting grapple fucked by
Islam.
Yeah, I mean, again, if Chandler could have that sort of control over him in the second round after he's already hurt and tired, imagine if Poirier doesn't destroy Makhachev's nose and he's able to just grab him and start that. Like, I don't love Poirier's chances.
I mean, shit. Who did he? Oliveira. When Poirier fought Oliveira, Poirier was just like, he got taken down. He's like, I'm just hanging on here. Like, I'm just gonna keep it close and wait for the round. Like, he ran. I think he fucking hung on like an entire round. Yeah, but he just doesn't use it.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man.
He's not confident in it.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's catch up on a bunch of comments here just very quickly. You can't say the F word in the chat. That's weird. Poirier versus Dariush. Not mad at that, honestly. Chandler's a spark plug. Chandler up 2 rounds to 0 going into the third. Really?
I could see. I mean, he definitely won the second round. So
I had
that
1-1.
the first round is sort of Poirier landed or ended the first round very strong, but I could
Yeah.
see how you would give it to Chandler too, though.
I don't know if I just got fish on this. He goes, "You can't say F word in the chat. What the F?" And he goes, "Marty." And so I was like, "All right, what the fuck?" It's clearly up there, bro. So I don't know if you just fished me or not, but whatever. Darius was not. We talked about that one. Poirier versus Gaethje too. I think Gaethje wants Oliveira or somebody else that he called for. I can't remember who. Poirier's a man, 100%. Jalen Turner versus Chandler. No, the only fight I want to see Michael Chandler in next, and disagree with me if you want to, is Conor McGregor.
I am mad at that. I was sort of thinking
Conor.
that myself. Actually, Chandler or Gaethje versus Connor
Yeah, I would love to see
is
Chandler more
sort
than
of
Gaethje,
I
for some reason. But yeah,
well, either one of those though I think
yeah,
is a really smart move for everybody involved.
that would be great fucking fight. You can put that in the main event, no belt if you want to.
Mhm.
Poirier beats Islam and resurrects Kabab from the mountains. I don't know about that. Isn't Volk a little guy? I'm not sure how little he is, but he's built like a goddamn tank, so I wouldn't call him little.
He's short. Yeah, I don't know if I call him little, but he's fucking short, man.
The tank. Yeah. All right, moving on. Not sure we need to talk about this very much, but what did I fucking tell y'all? Carla could wrestle her ass up 100%, but Weili has been like exponentially improving the ground game, and then she subs her. She subs her. Christ. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean this fight went, I guess, about how we all thought it would. Again, sometimes it doesn't go like that, and you never know. And then sometimes a fight goes exactly how we all sort of expected it to. This is sort of again, I think we all sort of expected Rose to do something like this to Carla. And then that fight just sort of sucked, and Weili did, but I think we all expected Rose to do fucking 6-7 months ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think she just came out saying she's like that she's finally like gotten over that loss, which it's been months. So damn, it took you a while. But Chandler versus McGregor is if McGregor comes back, he'll come back, and that'd be great if he does.
Yeah.
And then Conor wants Diego. Nobody wants Diego. Stop
Definitely
it.
not
Stop
happening.
it. Stop it. All right, main event of the evening. I remember your prediction was a finish. I forgot what round you said. My prediction was a decision by Izzy. Man, we were both wrong as fuck. And my favorite thing, and I didn't know about it until because I didn't watch that fight live. Only reason I knew to pay attention was when Dana in the post fight said, "You guys hear what he said? What his corner said, dude? His corner told him like, you got to go knock him out. Like I said, you got to go knock him out. How many times have we heard a coach go, "Oh, you're up 3-1 or 3 whatever." Like you're up 4-0, you just go ahead and then we see someone coast, and then they're surprised they lost. They told him, go get this motherfucker. And then he went and got that motherfucker, dude. Rocked him real good. Look, and Tank's already in there. Tank saying Tank goes early stoppage in my opinion. I see what you're saying, but man, Izzy's hands were down and he was bent over trying to fucking avoid shots. That's a hard one for me to say was, and plus Mark Goddard is a great fucking ref. So I had it just in time. But man, Alex Pereira, dude, how much of a badass is that guy? Like beat Izzy in kickboxing. Izzy leads, goes to MMA. Alex goes, okay, on my way. Comes here and takes his belt again. That's fucking nuts to me.
So, okay, here's the thing. I'm not taking anything away from Pereira's corner because they did the right thing. They said all the right thing. But for me, I felt like Pereira was fighting that way the whole fight. Like, I don't think he came out any more guns ablaze in the 5th round than he had in all the other rounds. He was aggressive the whole fucking fight. He got Izzy against that fucking cage in almost every round. And in every round, he did exactly what he did in the 5th round. Except in the first 4 rounds, either he didn't connect with Izzy or Izzy rolled with the punches just enough to where it didn't rock him. This is a game of, I don't even know the smallest fucking increment to say. Millimeters, centimeters, fucking inches, whatever the fuck. This is a game of very, very, very minute fucking points, man. And I think that's just it's one of those deals where, sure, you can look back and be like, Izzy should have tried this or he should have done that.
Sure.
I don't think he should have done any of that. He should have done exactly what he was doing. In hindsight, it wasn't the greatest idea. And yes, obviously, having his back on the fence was never a great spot for him throughout the whole fight. It feels like that's when Pereira was able to corner him and really sort of unload on him. But again, we're not fucking, geniuses that fucking him and his camp aren't. They fucking knew that. Again, he had avoided that for fucking 20 minutes leading up to that point and hadn't got really clipped too hard by him. It's just that Pereira hits really hard, man. I will give Pereira this. I mean, obviously Pereira's a great striker and so on and so forth, but I think um his his relentlessness consistency to just keep coming after you, swinging for the fences, not getting discouraged, not getting detoured, staying with the plan, get this guy's back on the fence, and eventually just put this left hook on him. And I don't even know if it was a left hook that actually rocked him, but or I think it was a straight right hand, ironically. But
Yeah, I
like
think so.
either way, get close to this guy and put the hands on him. And that's just like I like him because he's very fucking straightforward. He almost doesn't seem like he's that great of a striker because he's not doing all the fancy Adesanya, Anderson Silva
Okay,
sort of
yeah,
fucking
strikes.
Steven Wonderboy sort of vibes. He's just like very Muay Thai, very kickboxing, very straight ahead,
Fundamental.
looking for that. Yeah, man, looking for that big shot. And as we've seen now, it's very hard. You got to put this guy down because if you give him 25 minutes, he's going to be a lot to deal with in championship fights, man. You're going to have to put this fucking guy away. Now, to be fair, we can have that conversation soon. Actually, I should probably take back my words. He's actually going to probably have a terrible time with grapplers in the division.
Oh,
Styles make
it was
fight.
way too easy to get taken down. Way too easy.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll come around to that. But if you want to choose to strike with fucking Alex Pereira, you're gonna need to put this guy down because he's gonna be dangerous for the whole fucking fight. Like he is fucking proven that.
So it was funny. I took my truck in for service yesterday, and the guy, I have a cage side press sticker on the back of my truck, so or on the window on the back, and oh, you into you train MMA? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what's that? What's that? Is that your Instagram? I'm like, oh, it's for cagesidepress.com, is the site that I run. He goes, oh, okay, cool, yeah, yeah. Would you do that Izzy fight? And I'm like, dude, and I thought of it at that moment, that like just like on the spot, and I go, there's something to be said about a man that's not afraid of you, about fighting a man that is not at all intimidated by you. How many times we talk about guys would lose before they got into the cage with Anderson Silva? Some guys lose before they get in the cage with Izzy. Alex Pereira was not one of those guys.
Here's the thing though, man, and I hate doing this and saying this because you can't do that revisionist history shit.
Sure.
But bro, we were 7 seconds away from Izzy starching him in the first round. Don't forget
Yeah,
that.
yeah, at the very
Like
end.
he was fucking on ice
Dude,
skates.
it was
Izzy
bad.
was fucking completely fresh.
You're right.
If that fight had 7, and I hate doing that because if
Yeah.
it was a fifth, we'd have been drunk. You can't do ifs with fights because you can go back and cherry pick and there are so many fights that you can do this with. But the truth is, if that first round was if this was Pride, Alex Pereira was fucked. He was on ice skates bad, and with Izzy's precision striking, like and again, I hate saying that. I don't want to take nothing away from the champ's win. He deserves his win. I just say that to say that it's easy now to be like, oh, Alex has got his number and he's the greatest striker since fucking Tom Poe and blah, 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 blah. Bro, he almost got iced in the first fucking round. Now, it didn't happen. Again, I know. Almost don't count for fucking shit, but fucking goddamn it, horseshoes and hand grenades. But it should be stated Alex Pereira did not just go in there and snuff him out. He got rocked bad in that first round.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. This game, bro, you're split seconds away from the story being completely different. And Izzy getting a first round knockout, and all of us coming here and just, Izzy's a great striker. Like, now it's a whole different narrative. But, like, that's the thing with this game, bro. Like, you're that close at all times.
You're right. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All right, get some comments here, and then we'll talk. We'll have to fly through Big Facts with Cap, and then
Gotcha.
barely not talk about this weekend's card because it's not really worth talking about. But yeah. Santiago, I think it was early two. Fair enough. He goes, put him in a body bag, aka Karate Kid. Fight was no longer competitive. Pereira only has to improve his grappling and takedown defense. He showed it was lacking. In the favorite one, Brendan Slab is the worst for saying Alex can't hang with the top 5. If Izzy King, why can't Alex? Yeah, Brendan Slab's an idiot.
Quickly on the stoppage. I don't. We got to go. I know, so I won't harp on this. I think the fight was stopped a little early because of a couple things. A is he's a long reigning champ. We're in the 5th round and he's winning the fight. I'll say again, just quickly, I don't think he should have been hit once he goes to the ground. I do think he should have had the ability to get put down. If he's still standing, it's like a 4% chance that he bobs and weaves his way out of that. But if there's even that minuscule of a chance, you've got to let him get put down. But that's just my opinion. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. You have a new champion, period.
Yeah, it is what it is, like you said. All right, let's very quickly talk just about the main event this weekend. Derek Lewis, Sergey Spivak. Ooh, Coleman might be a better fight. Kennedy and I can't forget to say Kennedy's last name. Against Young Kutlava might be a better fight. And then Waldo Cortez Acosta is a bad motherfucker. Honestly, it's not a bad card for being a Apex card. So
yeah.
But that's this weekend, folks. Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak and all that. Enjoy yourselves. Fun one. All right, very quickly, we are gonna do Big Fast Big Cap. Big Facts, Big Cap brought to you by the third member of the Keyboard Warriors, Mr. Otis. All right. I'm only going to do like 3 of them because we're running out of time. First one. Here's a good one. Michael Chandler, although a fan favorite, is no longer a championship contender. Big Facts, Big Cap.
Big facts. How many fights does he got to fucking lose before we can go ahead and admit that? He's a fan favorite, absolutely. But yeah, a championship contender. Big facts.
I'm gonna go Big Facts as well. I don't ever want to see him in a title fight ever again. Ever. I'm done. I don't care anymore. Next one. New York always has the best UFC pay-per-views. Big Facts, Big Cap.
Go ahead.
I gotta say the most memorable ones I have are there. The Connor one, this one. Which is the one where Connor threw the fucking dolly?
I think that was New York.
That was New York, right? So. That wasn't that great. That was the one where Khabib fought the real estate guy last second.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. So that wasn't great. Cap, Big Cap. I'm going Vegas. I think Vegas is the best. Always has the best pay-per-views. I think they just gotten lucky a couple times.
Yeah, same. Big Cap. Vegas is the fight capital of the world. Period. Not just New York, everywhere. In my opinion, Vegas is Vegas, and then there's Vegas, and then there's every other fucking place on planet Earth. I don't even give a shit about London and boxing. It's fucking Vegas, and then the rest of them.
Exactly. All right. Here's a good one because they're talking about a possible rematch in this main event fight. So we'll see. But it's safe to say that Alex Pereira is Israel Adesanya's kryptonite. Big Facts, Big Cap.
Big Cap. Big Cap. I think this is a game of fucking tiny inches. I don't think he has Israel's number. I don't want to say he's getting lucky, but I kind of think he's getting lucky. I think there's a universe in which he doesn't land that one punch. I mean, again, it's not like he had Izzy on ice skates the whole fight. Do we see a world in which Izzy could win a fight against this guy? I think absolutely. I think absolutely. Not even win. I can see a world in which Izzy finishes him. So I think it's hard to say, in my opinion, it's hard to say that he has his number when I could see a route to an Izzy victory easily.
I'm going Big Cap as well. I think, as you stated when we were talking about the fight like a minute or two ago, Izzy was like a handful of seconds away from finishing the fight in the first round. So that's all I got to say. That's all I need in order to prove that. And honestly, if he stays away from him in the last round and literally just strolls around and, literally just Mayweather's the rest of the time, he wins that fight. So yeah, Big Cap. But it's fun to talk about, right? That way. So that's
sure.
All right, here we go. Otis says Big Facts. He's lost 3. He's lost 3 about Chandler. Big Facts. UFC 205, 217, 230, 268 have been fire. Yeah. I'm still sticking to Vegas, but probably because there's been more cards in Vegas than there have in New York. So we'll see. Maybe it might even out one day. And then Big Facts, 2 finishes with 3 wins over Israel. There you go. All right. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
All
we
right.
did it.
We're back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the card this weekend. Apparently, there's a shit ton of MMA this weekend. I will try to list Bellator.
Bellator has a good card this weekend, too. A really good card, actually.
Corey Anderson, Vadim Nemkov. The first fight should have gone Corey's way, but a headbutt, and he was being a really nice guy, and he said, hey, I headbutted him. Otherwise, Corey would be the champion right now.
Sure.
And then Patricky Pitbull taking on Usman Nurmagomedov, who he said, he goes, Usman got a title shot of his last name because that's Khabib's cousin.
But that dude's fucking tough too, man. That's actually a good fight. The Bellator card. It's Friday, right?
Friday, I believe.
Yeah, good card. Usually
Yeah.
Bellator can fucking
Yeah.
suck you, but it's actually a good card.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on a family trip, so I ain't gonna watch any of that shit, unfortunately. But there's a ton more stuff. Believe me, guys. Just legit. Just look it up. Caposa on Twitter. I believe he listed all of them. So go and just scroll down or just tweet him directly. He'll hit you up. All right. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. Tank, of course, with the injections. Appreciate everyone tuned in. Shout out to everyone tuned in. Tank, Santiago, Otis, of course, are the third keyboard warrior. Who else was here earlier? Somebody else was here earlier. Nick was here. Kairos is here. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. You guys dope as fuck. Catch you guys on the next one. Good night and good night, Wilshire.